For the Kansas Farm and Ranch Radio Network, I'm Kaitlyn Wolters. I had the opportunity to speak with Zach Bosle, CEO of Tractor Tuesday, about their new Farm Athletes initiative.
Yeah, so Farm Athletes is an initiative brought forward by Tractor Tuesday, who is a new online auction company, primarily for heavy machinery in the agricultural space. We wanted to really recognize and shine a spotlight on fellow farm families that are fortunate enough to push out, great student athletes as well. Really, there's not that many farm families in existence anymore, and it is very niche to have this, situation where you have these student athletes that come from a farm or a ranch background. It's an extremely rare subculture as it is, and then you tie that in with college athletics. To be a student athlete, it's quite the achievement. But what we're finding out is, there actually are a lot of farm and ranch kids that are competing at a high level in the NCAA, and we just want to help them out any way we can with this NIL initiative.
Definitely. Well, and those kids work so hard, too. How will this benefit the agriculture industry as a whole?
Right. So kind of our goal is we're hoping to reshape some of the corporate outlook from the ag sector, whether it's, cooperative-owned, larger chemical companies, manufacturers, what have you. I think their eyes are always on a bigger prize, and they're not necessarily looking back down and seeing what type of impact they could potentially have within a family, within a rural community. And we want to shift that focus back a little bit more local. And we feel that by providing these NIL deals to these great student athletes, that we are touching back home with them. We're looking to benefit the individuals that make up our small rural communities and give them as much advancement, as much opportunity, and potentially as much networking as it could take to help them succeed and go further with their personal careers. If they go back to the farm, even better. But if they choose to enter into the corporate space, we'd love to help them with their networking and provide them better opportunities for their future.
Where did this idea for Farm Athletes come from?
It's really just my brainchild. It was something that I really wanted to do under my previous auction business, and I reached out to a large NIL initiative. And, ultimately I just said, hey, look, I want every farm and ranch athlete, with your university system here in the athletic department, I'd love to help these guys out. And, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. No, it's a really good idea, but ultimately nobody ever got back to me. And then I thought, well, that's just one university system. Maybe we could do something nationwide. And so really that's the goal and the motivation is we want to help these student athletes. And it is a tough game to juggle all things, not only just being a new student, especially as a freshman, but you come from these rural areas. Next thing you know, you have 30,000 classmates, and it can be overwhelming. So, more so than just even financial assistance, which really is huge. We want to benefit these young men and women as much as we can, but just to provide them any sort of support and honestly just recognize like, hey, we're all from farm and ranch backgrounds here at Tractor Tuesday. We recognize, we see you, and, honestly, we're just proud of these young men and women to have achieved so much athletically, but to balance their personal lives and their family dynamic within their operation as producers. It really is, it's an amazing accomplishment, and we just want to recognize these young men and women.
And how can people apply to become a farm athlete?
Yeah, and if you are a farm athlete, please go to tractortuesday.com. Right at the top of our website, we've got a farm athlete registration link. It's a simple link. You put in your information and just submit it, and somebody within our team at Tractor Tuesday will reach out. We'll verify a couple of details, and if you're interested to pursue further, you'll have some opportunities presented to do such.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And then can you just talk a little bit about Tractor Tuesday?
Yeah, so Tractor Tuesday is completely unique from anything that anyone has ever seen in the heavy machinery space. So what we're doing is, just as we empower student athletes with our NIL initiative, we're empowering individual equipment owners the opportunity to represent and sell their own equipment. If you own your equipment, you literally pay nothing for the service and the access for our technology. There is a capped buyer's premium. It's a 5% buyer's premium that we cap at $9,500, and we have an extremely unique system based off of credit card authorizations that we really think will stifle any sort of unethical bidding activity. So when we have something listed for an individual, it goes up on a sale date. We're very confident that that winning bidder will be a valid buyer and will help facilitate that transaction and ultimately just allow every farmer, rancher, equipment owner, you name it, the opportunity to represent and sell their own equipment using our platform.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's really neat. Thank you very much. I appreciate you spending the time talking with me about this.
Yeah, Kaitlyn, my pleasure, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted with more updates.
That was Zach Bosle, CEO of Tractor Tuesday.